Hey, good morning. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. I took my styrofoam glider out for a flight the other day. The weather was beautiful, and it was flying really good. I was having a lot of fun with it. You know, up doing loops. I was flying, you know, pretty flat, and I'd bring the elevator up. I was trying to take it up as high as I could. Comfortably, of course, as actually the flying field that I've been using. It's not real big, but it's big enough that, you know, to fly that styrofoam plane or to play around with my helicopter. I mean, it's a pretty nice field. So anyway, you know, I took my glider up on the right side of me, and I was just banking around, and I don't know what happened in the bank. It nosed over like this and then just spiraled down, smacked the ground. I had absolutely no control. I don't know what happened. When I got it back to the house, well, actually, okay, let me back this up just a second. There shortly after the crash, I walk up to the plane, and you know, I check my controls. The ailerons, those work. The rudder, that worked. The elevator, that worked. And hit the throttle, yeah, that worked. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. So, you know, I bring it home, and I start checking out the wiring. Maybe I had a wire, or you know, one of my solder joints came loose. No, all those were fine. I checked where all my servos and you know, all the plugs come into the back of the receiver. Nope, all those were in there. I have no idea what happened, but so it crashed pretty hard, and it broke the front very badly. So I ended up just stripping all my electronics off of it. They're in a pile over there on my workbench. Trash went out today, so I put the glider in the trash. And went over to the hobby store to get me a new glider, and got none. You know, they had like 15 of them just the other day. I knew I should have gotten them when I was over there. You know, I should have at least gotten 2 of them. But anyway, the hobby store didn't have it, so I stopped over at Toys R Us. Toys R Us, man, I don't know about them guys. That's another video. Toys R Us had this glider. It's a little different. And besides the configuration of the fuselage being different, Toys R Us has these gliders that come with broken parts. Yeah, that's not really a good thing. It's not what I was looking for, but I'm not kidding. When it was the very last one they had, the rear horizontal stabilizer here, it was broke completely right there. And you know, I was moving the parts around in the bag. I didn't open it, but I was moving the parts around in the bag, just looking, and figured, well, you know, put a little epoxy on there, you know, a couple of toothpicks in there, it should be okay. And yeah, I was telling the manager there, I says, well, you know, it's broke. You know, yeah, it's a $6 plane. Actually, Toys R Us had them for $6. It was $5.99. The hobby store carries them for $10. I don't know. So, you know, I told him, I said, well, you know, seeing as how that's broke, you know, can you give me a couple bucks and, you know, take a couple bucks off it and I'll buy it. And he says, yeah, I'll give it to you for $1. Sold. So I went ahead and gave him $1.07, 7 cents for tax. So I've got me a new glider. Brought it home, put a couple toothpicks in there where it had broke, and ran some epoxy on the joint, squeeze that together, and put some here on the top. And you know, just like the last glider I had, I wrapped the entire thing in packing tape, clear packing tape. And what's something that's really different about this one is the fuselage nose comes out so much further than the other one, and the wings they're almost centered, especially compared to the other glider I had. The wings on the other one, they were up here, probably another 5 or 6 inches more than what this one is. So unfortunately, during my build process on my other glider, I was taking some notes and writing down what I was doing, then in case I needed to do this again, I'd have a quick reference. Well, now that I've got a different style of glider, some of my notes aren't gonna be valid. But I'm sure I'll get through it. There's a couple changes I'm going to make on this one from the other one. I'd certainly like to put just a little bigger motor on this one. I was looking at the Hobby King website, and they have I think it's a DT700. It's a brushless outrunner. Quite a few of the people that are doing the quadcopters and tricopters, they're using those. And I was looking at some of the specifications on it, and the thrust on the DT700 was rated at, I think it said 900 plus. The motor that I used on my other glider, when I went back and looked at the specifications on it, it was rated at 450 plus. So the motor I'm thinking about getting should be quite a bit more powerful, which would be kind of neat, because I really like to get into some vertical climbs. The motor that I've got on that I was using on the other glider, it would do a vertical climb for about 15 feet, maybe not even that, and it would stall out. It was cool, but I'd like to do some vertical climbs. Something else I'm going to do, I'm going to make my wing ailerons longer and thicker, or wider. They would be wider this way. I guess they'd be deeper this way. The way I did my ailerons on the other one, I believe they were only about 1 inch. I was thinking about making these about, I've got this marked out at 1.5 inches, and my ailerons on my other glider, they were only 12 inches long. And to do, doing an aileron roll, it would get probably 50 to 60% through it, and then it would stall out. It would just flop out of it. It wouldn't do a very good roll. I'd like to have something a bit more aerobatic. So I was thinking about making these ailerons here 1.5 inches versus the inch, and instead of 12 inches, these here on this glider, I've got them marked out at 21 inches. So they're quite a bit longer. And to strengthen the wing on this glider, instead of using, because what I was using on the other glider, I've got these 3/16 inch fiberglass rods. Actually got them in a tube of 33 feet. It's got these little screw-on connectors, and what it is, it's a fiberglass wire running kit. I picked this up at Harbor Freight where my wife works. I believe I paid like $7 for it, and I was thinking, man, this would be kind of cool for lightweight wing spars, and it was. Using this rod is what I used on my other glider, but I found that when the wind would pick up, the wings would flap like a bird, because it's not very rigid at all. I'm not, especially out here, if I grab this end and grab this end, that's I can flex that pretty easily. So we're going to set that aside, and something I'm going to upgrade on this one is the wing spar, carbon fiber arrow shafts. Just like Ed from Experimental Airlines has talked about on his foam board planes, is what I've got on my foam board planes. Which actually, my purple and red one, I am done and I'm ready to try it. I just got to get a day off work. Unfortunately, the next 4 days I got to work, so it'll be sometime next week before I try that out. So, but I got 2 carbon fiber arrow shafts joined together. I got 2 of them out of the used arrow bin at my local archery pro shop. They go I believe the wingspan on this glider, I haven't measured it. I probably should have measured it before this video, but they were talking, the wrapper said 4.5 feet wingspan. The other glider I was using, I think it was only like 4 feet. But the spar goes out to about 1 inch from each end, so that spar goes a long way. And you know, I'm trying to flex. Wow, that is rigid. I tell you, if what I'm hoping is that I can get this thing pretty rigid, that it should be able to handle a little heavier wind. Because with the other glider I was using on some of the windier days where I get winds 10 to 12 mile an hour, I'd take it out and fly into the wind and just gradually bring the throttle back and just try to hover it in one spot, hold it in one spot right there. That was just so neat to do. So as far as the elevator, I'll probably do the same thing what I did last time. I cut a chunk of the elevator off, and then I reattached it with packing tape, and then I put on the top of it that reinforced packing tape with the banding strings in there. Probably do the same thing with that. My rudder, I think I'm going to end up making the rudder taller, because the way this one is, I'm not real sure I can do it the same way. I don't know. That's kind of another story. But I figured I'd show you guys what I was up to now. Something I do have a question about. I certainly hope you guys get this far in the video. I mean, my God, this guy's just rambling incoherently again. Yeah, I do that. As far as my ailerons, do you guys think that'll be okay? Is 21 inches long and 1.5 inches deep? Is that too much? I don't know. You guys want to give me your 2 cents on that? I'd appreciate it. I think I'm pretty much done for the night. I've got the wing shoved in there. I've got it hot glued along the seams, but they're on the inside where the two pieces of the wing butt together inside the fuselage. I put some Gorilla Glue in there, and I'm hoping that'll expand around the wing and onto the fuselage, and they're on the inside, and really help hold that rigid. Oh, something else I did. Where the two wing pieces butt together here inside the fuselage, I put a couple of those bamboo barbecue skewers to join each wing. Hoping for some extra rigidity out of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm up to. I think it's really cool that, despite the fact that I crashed my plane the other day, I think it's great that I've got a $1 upgrade. Well, I don't know if it's an upgrade. Oh, actually, and something else. Here on the wings, it's got these, it's raised up right here, So the way I did my other glider, I took a couple pieces of foam board and I put one on each side of the wingtips like this to help channel the air over the wing. And just like Ed said, besides that, they having those on there look cool, and they did. I really liked how I did that on my other glider. But these here actually have it already formed. Already have that formed into the wing. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even actually notice that until I got it home and took it out of the package. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Unfortunately, I'll probably be away for the next couple of days because I got to work, and I know there's going to be some mandatory overtime again. So I'll certainly see what I can get done on this next week, and we'll see about getting my purple and red plane up in the air and on video too. I'm kind of concerned about the weight on it, but see what happens. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching.